Hey, it's Grace, and I'm a huge liar because I have not posted a video every week for 2 months. I'm like a terrible person for promising all the videos and literally not posting at all since the first upload. Sorry. And I really hope you guys are not super mad at me, but I'm making up to you and I'm posting a video right now. So this is going to be a story time video about how I made the freshman dance team at my high school. I just thought it would be really interesting because I absolutely love my dance team and I love the experience and I love everything about it, and I wanted to make a story time video about it. So I started dancing when I was 4 years old, then stopped for a very long time. I didn't actually for real at studio and everything till 7th grade. And so in 7th and 8th grade, I wasn't too like into dance. I mean, I did it like as fun and it was fun. I took classes like 1 class a week. It was really low key. When I got to 9th grade, that's when I really started getting into dance. That's basically my whole dance background. I dance right now at Myriad the Dance Project, and that has always been my studio, except for when I started out at Studio 31 when I was 4. In 8th grade, I started hearing about all of my friends who actually were really into dance at my middle school, all talking about how they were going to be auditioning for dance team at their high school. Now, all of them were going to be going to Murrieta Mesa, and I was planning on going to Murrieta Valley, so I was kind of nervous about trying out for dance team because I know that Murrieta Valley's dance team is like really good, and I knew that I really wasn't that good at dance, and I didn't know anyone trying out, and so I was like really nervous, so I was probably not going to do it. Then I was at this event that my dad was putting on, and I met this girl who happened to be in my dance studio class who was telling me how she was going to be trying out for the dance team. So I was like kind of talking to her about it, and she kind of convinced me to do it with her, so I decided to show up. So the day of the auditions came, and I was really awkward. I was really nervous, and I put on like this red t-shirt that had Murrieta Valley on it, and like dance leggings and jazz shoes, and my hair was in a ponytail, and I was like all ready. And I showed up, and there were this ton of girls. There were like hundreds, maybe 200, 150, something like that, girls who had showed up to try out for dance team, and I was really nervous. I literally knew one out of that many girls. Then I kind of like awkwardly walked into on campus of Murrieta Valley High School, and I was like, oh my god, it was my first time there alone. I was like so nervous. I was shaking. I literally knew no one. And then I got word from that one friend that I did know saying that we had to audition in groups. Well, I asked if I could be in her group, and she already had a group. Yikes. I knew no one, and I didn't have a group to audition with. Really stressful. She was like, oh, here, why don't you audition with Morgan and Shelby, which were 2 girls who I still didn't know. But I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, hi, I'm Grace. Can I audition with you guys? And I was like, all, hyper 8th grade going into high school type person. And they were like, yeah, and they were like so nice to me, and they totally welcomed me, and I was like, oh, thank the Lord. I was so nervous. I was so glad that they did that. We went into the dance room, and they performed, the people who were on varsity that year performed the audition dance for us. I was like, okay. The minute I saw that audition dance, I was like, whoa, how am I going to do that? I have been taking 45-minute classes once a week for the past year on and off. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that, what they were doing. They were doing like 8 Alice cone turns, and they were doing like leaps, and they were doing like all this choreography, and I was just like, what even is dance? At that point, I had been like freaking out, and at this point, I still knew my one friend, and then I knew Morgan and Shelby, kind of. I still really didn't even know them. And then I was like, oh my god, I was like freaking out, and then I was obviously freaking out. I like was saying stuff. I was like, oh my god, I'm so scared. And that's when like Morgan like snapped at me. She was like, calm down. Like, I don't know. It just kind of freaked me out. And I was like, oh my god, these girls are like really scary. But like, so I was scared. That was me, little Grace Walker, scared to death of that dance audition. So that entire week I kept going to the auditions, learning the dance, and then I would come home every night, and I'd be up till like 12 at night practicing the dance, like freaking out. Like, my main problem was even memorizing the choreography, let alone being able to do it right. Like, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make the team, what the heck. But and then at that point I was like, all right. And then auditions came around. I was ready. I knew a couple more people since that whole week had been going on, but I still was kind of like really individual. I didn't really have any really good friends yet. And we auditioned. I did the dance. It was a hip hop routine and then a jazz/pom routine. I felt pretty good about the jazz and pom one. I looked like and I don't even know what I looked like. I can't hip hop for my life. So, but I made it through the audition, and I didn't forget the choreography, except for, like, I think I forgot a little part at the end of the jazz palm one, but oh well. And yeah, so that all happened, and then we drove back to the school on Friday, and I looked at the list, and my name was on the list for the freshman dance team. Alright, well, that's basically my story of how I made the freshman dance team for my high school. And I will definitely be doing more Storytime videos if you guys would like, and I will tell you more about my dance team, more about my life, more about everything. If you guys comment below and let me know if you want to know what you want to hear, all things. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but oh well. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know in the comments what you want to see from me. Alright, thanks guys. Bye!